Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the biggest ideas from the AI Advantage Summit. And their core promise? Well, it's a big one. To show you how to get back 15 hours of your week, not by working like a machine, but by focusing on what makes you human.
So let's start with the feeling I think we all know. Ever wish you could just clone yourself? Yeah, that feeling. It's something so many professionals and entrepreneurs are dealing with. That constant, relentless race against the clock.
You know, the speakers at the summit had a really great name for this. They didn't just call it being busy. They called it a time famine. It's this state where your most important, game-changing tasks are literally being starved of your attention.
And this isn't just a feeling, okay? They put numbers to it. Get this, according to their research, just dealing with email eats up an average of 11 hours every single week. That's more than a full workday. Poof, just gone.
And that creates this absolutely vicious cycle, right? You're putting in 60, 70, maybe 80 hours a week, but all that time is spent just keeping the lights on, not actually growing anything. And the number one reason people give for not learning the very tools that could save them all this time? You guessed it, I don't have enough time. It's the ultimate trap.
So the big question is, how do you get out of that trap? Well, the summit's whole message wasn't about finding more hours or working harder. No, it was about finding a totally new kind of leverage to multiply the effort you're already putting in.
And they use this perfect analogy to explain it. Think about it. You can walk up a flight of stairs, or you can walk up an escalator. Now, you're still putting in the effort of walking, right? But the escalator, it accelerates your speed. It amplifies your results. And that was their huge point. AI is your escalator. So here's the bottom line. Adapting isn't optional anymore. In this new world, figuring out how to use tools like AI to create time and leverage, well, that's what separates the people who are just getting by from the people who are really going to rise to the top. And that 15 hours thing, that wasn't just some nice-sounding marketing slogan. It was a real, tangible goal. And it was all built on a super clear and simple framework for actually putting that AI leverage to work.
All right, so let's get into the how. This is the core of their whole strategy. They took all the complexity around AI and boiled it down to this simple, repeatable system they called the 4 levers.
Activate, accelerate, amplify, and augment. This is the playbook. This is how you turn AI from this big, scary concept into your most powerful partner. Let's break down what each one of these actually means.
Okay, first up, activate. Now, this isn't about just asking it random questions. This is about training the AI to think like you, to get your goals, your voice, your expertise. It's about alignment, turning a generic tool into a truly personalized thought partner.
Next, you use that partner to accelerate. Look, hesitation kills progress. AI can sift through and organize information way faster than any person could, giving you that instant clarity you need to make decisions and build some serious momentum.
Then, you amplify your impact. This is where it gets really fun. You take one little spark of an idea and, with AI's help, you blow it up into 50 social media posts, a whole marketing campaign, or a month's worth of content. It's about making your best ideas go further without you burning out.
And finally, you augment your team. This is about scaling your abilities without scaling your payroll. It's basically like hiring a researcher, a strategist, and a copywriter all rolled into one, a digital partner that's ready to go 24/7.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's check out a super simple example you could start using like today.
One of the speakers, Igor Pagani, shared this brilliant little prompt. You take any complex document, I'm talking a medical report, a legal contract, a tech manual, and you just ask AI, explain this to me like I'm 14. It just cuts right through all the jargon and gives you the main point, instantly.
And check out the payoff here. I mean, it is night and day. A task that could have taken you 20 minutes of scratching your head and Googling terms, now it takes 20 seconds. That right there is leverage in action. It's not just about saving time, it's about getting clarity fast.
But you know, saving time on boring tasks, that's just the beginning. The summit's deepest, most important message was actually about what we choose to do with all of that time we get back.
Another speaker, Zach Koss, he really challenged everyone to look past the tech itself. He wanted them to ask a much bigger, more fundamental question about what's actually valuable in the future.
And the answer is right here, in what he called the human moat. See, as AI gets better and better at all the cognitive stuff, analyzing data, doing research, writing, these uniquely human skills,
empathy, courage, wisdom, compassion, they become our most valuable assets. They're the things AI just can't copy. He told this incredibly powerful story about his dad, who was an oncologist, and his dad realized that over time, the machine actually got better than him at diagnostics. But the patients, they didn't value him for the data. They valued him for his compassion, for his courage. His bedside manner wasn't just some extra feature. It was the entire product.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway from this whole thing. The real goal of AI isn't to turn us into more efficient machines. It's to handle all the machine work for us so we're freed up to be more creative, more courageous, more compassionate, just more human. So the real question becomes, what are you going to do with the time you get back?